Welcome to the Healthcare Provider Happy Hour. This is a safe space where we invite healthcare providers to unapologetically be themselves after the working day. My name is Jennifer George, and each week I will connect you with guests and stories that will help transform your stress to success and fulfillment. Are you with me? Grab your drink of choice and let's chat. Hey everyone, welcome to the Healthcare Provider Happy Hour. I'm your host, Jennifer George, and I'm joining you this afternoon with a glass of water and a touch of added vitamin C to it. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're keeping safe. I wanted to come out today and chat with you a little bit about communication again. I was recently on Twitter and I saw a post from a family physician who I've met before at a healthcare conference who's very patient-oriented. His tweets are really awesome. And he had posted about his frustration about a lack of communication when it came to a patient discharge. He was just notified a day before the actual date that the patient was being discharged, and it frustrated him, understandably. And he was also talking in the same thread about how, innovation really isn't what we need more of right now. What we need more of is communication. And as you know, I've written the book Communication is Care, and that's really where that book stemmed from, was the fact that technology was on the rise and that people would have this belief that it would solve the issue of communication. So in response to his tweet, I just simply wrote, all of the technology in the world will not solve this matter of communication. That technology is great for efficiency, and it definitely is, right? Emailing and sending messages are way better than faxing now for referrals and such things. But communication still needs to be initiated by the provider, by the human being, empathetically. Okay, so there's a difference between efficiency and empathy, and I think that we are now trying to expect our technology to take the place of that, and that's not the role of technology. We're still the thinking bodies behind it, right? We are still the ones that have to make that point of contact. So in that situation, there should have been no reason why he would have received that such a late notice about a discharge. That's not the fault of technology. That is, the oversight of the provider. And I believe in that sense as well, a lack of empathy of the provider, not realizing that perhaps that's way too short notice. I don't know about you, but I know that if I were a patient as well, and I only received a day notice before a discharge, and in some cases I know it's even same day notice, I would be pretty upset. I would be very overwhelmed, and I would feel very unincluded in that plan. So while it's important to understand that technology has its place, it has its purpose, and it's done wonderful things when it comes to healthcare and innovation and facilitating referrals and improving efficiencies and things of that nature, I also believe that technology will either bring out the best in us or the worst of us when it comes to communication. You know how they say that when people make money, when they start earning a lot of money, or let's say they won the lottery or something, it actually brings out more of who they are. It doesn't necessarily change who they are, it just brings out more of who they are. I believe the same thing for technology. If you're someone who isn't thinking very empathetically or feeling very empathetically, and you're not initiating any compassionate solutions or actions, and not really in integrity that way, I think that your communication will still lack, right? So just think of the technology as the medium, but the technology is not going to solve the issues that have already and have always been there when it comes to interpersonal communication. At the end of the day, that will always be a human a human need and a characteristic when it comes to communication. So let me know what you guys think. I mean, I don't like to talk too much about technology because I feel like I really don't know enough about it, but I'm learning and I'm always open to learning. But at the end of the day, we have to initiate communication. And if you are also wondering, how do you improve your communication? This is a question I commonly get asked. How do I improve? How do I improve? How you improve is by initiating communication. Okay, it's the healthcare provider who says the buck stops with me. I'm not going to wait for somebody else to take on this issue. I'm going to help this person get what they need and make things happen. That, to me, is being a good communicator. Because at the end of the day, if that just happens and everybody does nothing, then nothing changes, and then you have a lot of conflict coming from that for the patient, for the family, for the caregiver, but also for your teams and your service providers in the community. So it only helps everybody if you are the one to take the baton, if you are the one to help make things happen, to initiate action. And it doesn't have to mean you have to know everything and do it all and know it all and have it all done. That's not what it means. It just means that you are helping that patient or that provider get closer and closer to where they need to be. Okay? That's all it means. You're just another step, another touch point in the journey, okay, through your communication and connection. If you guys like this podcast, I would really appreciate it if you could leave a review on iTunes. You simply open up iTunes, scroll down, and it'll say leave a review. If you could hit 5 stars, that would be wonderful. If not, that's cool too. But I would really appreciate if you could leave a review. If you want to check out my book, Communication is Care, which I touch on a lot of this, you can check it out in the show notes. The link is there. And as usual, if you have any questions, please send me a DM on Instagram at bestobsessedwithjen, or you could go to my website, jennifergeorge.co, and reach me through there as well. And until we chat next time, please stay safe and stay happy. So if you guys like this podcast, please subscribe and leave an honest review. Your feedback means everything to me. Your reviews are what moves this podcast forward, and I always appreciate receiving them. If you want to get a hold of me directly, reach out to me on social media. My handles are in the show notes, and you can always subscribe to my weekly newsletters at jennifergeorge.co so that we can stay connected. So until next time, thank you guys so much again for your ongoing support.